Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Pilot of the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new Warhammer video. Now, as per usual, if you like these videos, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and drop a comment down below. I absolutely love hearing back from you guys. It goes a massive way to help the channel too. And without further ado, let's crack on with it. So, if you're completely unaware, Warhammer magazines have been around for quite a long time. So of course you have had Warhammer's White Dwarf magazine, which has been the longest running Warhammer magazine. It's been around for absolutely donkeys, and it has always provided a lot of great information, whether it is history and lore to do with the Mortal Realms, the world that was, or the 41st millennium. You have had information to do with all the side games, whether that is Blood Bowl, Aeronautica Imperialis, Warhammer Underworlds, Adeptus Titanicus, and a lot of other bits and pieces as well as giving you faction focus, whether you're into your Space Marines, your Chaos Marines, your Tau, your Stormcast Eternals, your Tyranids, your Skaven, or your Idoneth Deepkin. You've had a lot of information on all of them factions. Loads of images to do with a lot of the models, lots of golden demon stuff, lots of other bits and pieces, and loads of painting kind of tutorials in a way have come from this magazine. Lots of really good stuff. On the side of that though, you have more dedicated magazines. So you have the fairly irregular Spike magazine, which is linked to Blood Bowl, and it is a Blood Bowl dedicated magazine. It is only available from Games Workshop. I personally have never bought an issue. I don't know why, I just never have, but there is loads of really good stuff from it, and it gives you loads of information if you're really into your Blood Bowl. On the side of that though, in 2002, which is where I got started in the hobby, there was Lord of the Rings Battles in Middle-earth magazine. This magazine came out around the time when Lord of the Rings the Fellowship of the Ring was out on VHS. The Two Towers, I think, was out in cinemas at the time, and it did very well to begin with. The magazine went on for 91 issues, which is a staggering amount of time. It was fortnightly, so not even weekly as well, so this took over 4 years between it starting and it finishing, and in that time you got anything from Goblins of Moria, you got Orcs, you got Uruk-hai, you got the Fellowship of the Ring, you got Soldiers of Gondor, you got Elven Soldiers, you got Knights of Gondor as well, you got loads of other bits and pieces. Loads of really good stuff came in that magazine, and some really crappy pots of paint, but were absolutely tiny and pretty useless in the end, and you could about paint them around about, I don't know, between 10 and 20 models before you had to make your way into a Games Workshop store and buy yourself some paint. Now, after that magazine had kind of died, and that is the magazine where I got started in all honesty, but it did convert me into a Warhammer fan. Now, after that magazine, there came a great silence in terms of Warhammer magazines. You got a few ones that gave you bits and pieces, like whether it was novels and novellas and books and stuff like that, and that was really kind of it for a while. And then along came Warhammer 40k Conquest. So that magazine came out only a few years ago. It's been just about 2.5 years since it got its release, and you got a whole host of Space Marines and the Death Guard Marines and scenery and paint. So just like the Mortal Realms magazine currently is, you got an absolute shed load of stuff out of it. Really good stuff, fantastic bits of kit, and it was quite an accessible way of getting into Warhammer 40k if you wanted to. Towards the end of that issue though, of course, them issues became Mortal Realms magazine, which is where I kind of stepped into the YouTube hemisphere with it all, and got going with that and started providing content and doing content, and it's been really good fun. I've loved it. There's been a lot of Stormcast Eternals, which are fantastic models, and I really do love them, I'm not going to lie. And we've had a lot of Nighthawk models, which granted are quite fiddly, but are really, really nice models as well. They are fantastic to paint, just very, very delicate, unfortunately. But with Mortal Realms, of course, that has brought in a load of people into the Age of Sigmar and has kind of got people going with that. Whether you've been a fan of it and you've never wanted to splash the cash on, say, getting Soul Wars or starting up all over from scratch with some core rules books and an army itself, this has given people the chance to kind of get a collection going, spreading the payments out, and also getting their paints set going as well. So it's been really, really good for a lot of people getting this magazine. But of course, there is going to be a new one, which is coming very, very soon. So Warhammer 40,000 Imperium, of course, based on the latest edition of Warhammer 40k, is coming soon. So the release date has been revealed as being very, very near, really. So Fowhammer.com have got a very, very important release announcement for it. They have done a lot of good stuff. They are a really, really useful resource for your anything Warhammer, really. And they have revealed that the release date for issue 1 of Imperium magazine in the UK will be August the 25th. So August the 25th just so happens to be the date that the last issue of Mortal Realms magazine will also be on shelves. So if you are collecting Mortal Realms and you are thinking of getting on with 40k Imperium, August 25th is your chance to start the collection if you wish to. I will be picking this up. So it's perfect that it coincidentally kind of ties in with the end date for Mortal Realms, which is really, really good news in a lot of ways, because it means I'm not going to have too much more to paint, although I'm still going to have a lot to paint in all honesty, and it also is not going to cost an arm and a leg for a few weeks while one peters out and one starts up. So issue 1 will be available 25th of August, and it's going to be a really good one. So issue 1 will be available for 2 weeks before issue 2 gets its release. Then from issue 2 it will become a weekly magazine, and the price will increase from there. So it'll go from I think it's $2.99 for the first issue, $6.99 or $5.99 for the second issue, and then from there it will go to $8.99, so it's £1 more expensive per issue than Mortal Realms magazine, which isn't a bad thing in all honesty, because the amount of savings you are going to get is absolutely fantastic. So you're going to get a lot of kit out of it. So a few £1,000 worth, just over around about £1,500 worth of models for around about £790-ish, which is really, really good stuff. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be really, really good. Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to be picking the magazine up. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. A bit of a quick video, but some really, really good news. So a lot of good stuff on the horizon. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you very, very soon. Bye-bye now.